Hi, Shamna here. I just popped online to share with you that today, as I'm speaking, is the 31st of July, and it is the eve of August, which in the calendar sense is the eve of the festival, the pagan festival Lughnasadh or Lammas. So I'd like to talk to you about that because that is part of the wheel of the year. Let's say that I showed you earlier on where you have the 8 spokes, the 8 festivals of the year concerning the pagan ritual, let's say. And so we are now, after midsummer, we are coming to the next spoke of the wheel, which is Lughnasadh. Lu is actually a king who was married to ancient goddesses in like the Celtic, an ancient from the Celtic what do you call it, religion. Let's say it's not religion, but it's the Celtic system, and where they came from far into Ireland and did some conquering. At least Lu was one of the kings there, and his wedding was celebrated at Lughnasadh, or Nasa means then the assembly, means people gathering. And yet that is not what is mostly celebrated on this day. On this day of Lughnasadh, on this period of Lughnasadh in August, we are celebrating the first of the 3 harvests of the wheel of the year. So we are talking about where you have in August, the 1st of August, you have Lughnasadh, the feast of the first fruits of the land, like the corn and the wheat and the apples, let's say, the berries. And then when we move on to end of September, begin October, at least that period, we have Samhain, where we are celebrating. I moved too quickly. When we come to the next equinox, which is Mabon, where we are celebrating the feast of the fruits, let's say, of the land. So it's a different type of harvest. And then when we come to Samhain, we have where we are celebrating the feast of the slaughtering of the animals that will not be able to make it into the winter. Now, I said this all before. So back to Lughnasadh. Why am I sharing this with you? Well, it is good to know that when we attune to the circle of life, when we attune to the seasons of the wheel of the world, we know what is coming next. So we have now had the peak of the summer, and yet the season is now changing, but hasn't reached the end towards where the sun is now going into the darkness. It's not there yet. We are now at that spoke where we have sown and harvested, and not harvested, taken care of all of our land, and we can now start to bring in the fruits of what we have harvested. So this is the first celebration of what we have brought into life, what we have nurtured. If we bring this onto our modern times, we can then say, what is it that we have, that we can already celebrate, that we could be grateful for, that we have achieved in life thus far? What have we achieved? And we'll now just, bring in more of the fruits that are coming in from our world, from what we have done. What can we celebrate in the abundance, knowing that there is more to be harvested? That is actually what the first feast is. It's full of gratitude. It's full of abundance. It's where and if you want to celebrate it in your now, in today, and today is maybe at the end of the day, but you can also do it tomorrow, is what part of the tradition is that you break bread, that you bake bread. Hello, Linda. Thank you for watching. That you bake bread and that you celebrate that. And also, in your sense of gratitude and abundance, break off some of that bread and just leave it out there for those of the wild where it came from, to say thank you, earth or animals, so that they can have part of your abundance, that you can feel that you're not in lack, that you have loads to share. So that is abundance and Lughnasadh, or Lammas, because Lammas means the bread feast. So that's where there are 2 names that work at the same time. Part of the tradition is also that you can also honor your ancestors. Now, you may want to go to a grave and put flowers there from the abundance, from the wild, put them on the grave to celebrate and honor the ancestors, those who have passed on around Lughnasadh. You can do that at this time, but you can also give to others, because it is of your abundance you are giving. So you can also give in the sense of, let me clear up someone else's garden, grave, house. Let me be of service to someone else. That is the spirit of the festival of Lughnasadh. Aside, of course, from celebration, being there with your family, making those apple pies, because apple is also the fruit of this time. The berries, the blackberries, the blueberries. Bake something delicious and share it with each other, because it's about sharing. And you know what? If you want to have competition fun, have fun with each other, because that is the time that we are in now. And in the past times, they celebrated this for days on end. So I'm just letting you know that at this time in the wheel of the year, we are now, the 1st of August is tomorrow. From this moment on, from sunset, we are entering into Lughnasadh or Lammas. And I would like to know how you could celebrate it in your way. Me, I'm going to go and get some flour, and I'm going to bake a bread, and I'm going to show it to you tomorrow. So I'd love to know what you do. I'll see you next time. Bye.